Taurus, welcome to this video. Ooh, the first card that we have for you is the King of Wands. So I'm really seeing like a burst of energy from you here. Ooh. Yeah, and also with the Knight of Swords, you might be feeling called to take some action, some impulsive action, because you have this like new energy and you're like, ooh, let me do something with this, you know. Let me see if this is, oh, okay, yeah. And this is something that is going to be good for you. So I don't see this as like reckless action or like just being impulsive and doing something that is, that's what I was a little concerned about here, that you were feeling amped up and like just going to do something that might not be good without any forethought. But it seems like this is something that is actually going to help add to your strength in some way. Like it's taking action in a way that's strengthening you. So some of you may be recognizing, hold on, let me get some more cards. Recognizing your strength in the things that you have overcome in the past. So maybe you're going through something right now where for a while you're like, oh my gosh, like what am I gonna do? How am I gonna see this through? But here with this energy and this action that you're taking, it's like, you know that you have gone through some tough things in the past and you know that you can get through whatever it is that you're going through now. So with the Wheel of Fortune clarifying this, you might have really pulled yourself out of something that was very difficult. Something that was really like taking a toll on you in some way, whether it was a habit or whether it was a relationship that was just, you know, not empowering to you in some way. And this is providing you with a lot of energy for other things. So once you stop putting your energy towards something that may have been like, I don't want to say weakening you in some way, but it was something that was taking a toll on you, and you kept trying to figure it out, and it's like one day you just recognize there's nothing to figure out here, and this is why it keeps going into a cycle. This is why I don't need to keep putting my energy here. Interesting. We also have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords. So you might be feeling like something that ended here, or reaching some kind of rock bottom with yourself, whatever it was that you were just perpetuating in your life. You're seeing that this ending and this thing that you have finally recognized is over. You have finally recognized that you don't need to continue this, and you're seeing how this is like a really big gift, actually. Rather than like being so concerned that it happened, you're just like in this state of bliss that it's over, if that makes sense. So I'm really proud of you, Taurus. This is like really powerful to me because I'm seeing that you have overcame something that was really difficult for you. So I'm proud. So let's see what is going on in your romantic life. Okay, so we have the Magician in reverse. And we also have the Justice card. What I'm getting here is that, and this could be the other person, this could be you, but the Magician in reverse usually indicates like using your capabilities, using the powers that you have at your disposal in relationships in a way that is imbalanced, in a way that causes some kind of yeah, just imbalance. So usually this could be about manipulation. So maybe for a while in your romantic relationships, you could have been dealing with someone who was manipulative of you in some way. Like they were trying to manipulate the relationship, they were trying to manipulate you just in general, if you resonate with that as the other person or with you, wherever this manipulation was, and like negative manipulation, there's justice restored for the situation. So whether this justice is you just like walking away from someone who just kept trying to get some upper hand or kept trying to manipulate the relationship to benefit them at the expense of you, like you're seeing that it's just unnecessary to stay in that for some of you. This could be also recognizing some way that you were, like instead of being forthcoming about the way that you're feeling, instead of being forthcoming about your desires or your needs, perhaps some of you had a habit of being like passive aggressive or like using these tricks or something to get a certain response out of your emotional, out of your partners, out of like a romantic interest of yours. And now you're kind of having a more balanced perspective in your mind of how to deal with your own needs, your own desires in relationships. This could also be, again, if this was someone else, there's some kind of balance restored here by your own thoughts about your situation, about yourself, about what it is that you deserve. And we also have the Queen of Swords here. So I do see that some of you cut someone off, really, in order to restore your own balance, your own thoughts, your own life. You know, this could have, again, there was something that was really taking a toll on you here. And I didn't see that this is necessarily romantic, but for some of you, it was a romantic situation that was just not working out, and so you were sick of fighting that battle. Huh. Okay, so I definitely see here that you're not exactly where you want to be. Gosh, again, it's just about your life in general. So you might not be exactly where you want to be, but there's a sense of you being content with where you're at now nonetheless. So you know that there is still more to do, that there is still more that you can accomplish. You know that there is, you know, a lot of things to come towards you in the future, but nonetheless being like, I'm happy with where I'm at now, and all of that can come later, but having this appreciation for where it is that you are now, for today, instead of spending today so much thinking about tomorrow, having this peace and contentment with today, this moment, you know? Interesting. So yeah, this is 9 of Cups and 9 of Presents here, so it's like the sense of there's still a little more that you can do, there's still a little more that you can accomplish or grow to have, but where you're at now is good as well, you know. Also, with the Queen of Swords here and the 9 of Pentacles, the 9 of Presents, it's almost like you're deciding to be content. You're deciding that you're enough. You're deciding that you have enough, that you bring enough to the table. And yeah, just this appreciation for where you're at now. All that glitters. So, this card, like, all that glitters isn't gold, is the saying. there may have been some dream or some idea or some like fantasy that you're having, whether it was about this person or whether it was about like your romantic life. It was something almost like in The Wizard of Oz. You kept going down the yellow brick road, you kept going down the yellow brick road, you kept going, only to find like it was a facade, you know, only to find that it was somehow empty. Or it was just an idea, it was just a fantasy. And I think this is where this contentment with today, this contentment with where you're at comes from. Because for so long you were searching and pining for this thing that was abstract, and that like you were delaying your happiness until you felt that you met this until you felt like you can meet this standard, or you can be this thing, or have this thing, have this life. Yeah, you're recognizing, dang, like I don't even want that. Like I don't even want to see the wizard. Like, or the wizard isn't all it was cracked up to be, you know? So, flexible. So some of you may be learning to kind of bend when necessary in your life, instead of being like very rigid of things have to be this way and I have to appear this way. Just kind of having a flexibility in changing your mind, allowing yourself to change your mind, allowing yourself to move into a different place. Because again, it was like you kept banging your head against the wall just to no avail, is what I'm seeing. Because you were so fixated on like this thing, this person, this idea. So gaining this flexibility of, okay, you know, I spent a lot of time wanting that, going for it, but I'm going to be flexible and allow room for myself to change, allow room for my dreams, my desires to change. So kind of, you know, allowing yourself to bend in order to move in a direction that is more aligned with you at this point. Wish wisely. Use your wishes wisely to manifest your heart's desires and take practical steps towards making your dreams come true. So this kind of reminds me of this here, like, be careful what you wish for. Yeah, so I really see here, like, your wishes that you had before have changed. Your desires for your future, for your life, for yourself have changed in some way. And this actually is very wise of you to recognize at this point that you have changed. Your desires have changed. You've changed your mind about what it is that you wish for yourself. Yeah, so it's very wise for you to be able to recognize that. And from here, you can make the steps, how this is saying, take practical steps towards making your dreams come true. Because it was like fantasy, 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 and you weren't really, but it just wasn't in alignment. So some of you might be trying to manifest something with the Magician here, and since this is in reverse, be careful what it is that you're trying to manifest in your life, and really kind of evaluate before you manifest these things, before you go towards your dreams. You know, why is it that I want this dream? Or what will I gain from this? You know, just kind of taking a step back and recognizing if it really is for you, if what it is that you desire is for you. Or if you just feel in some way like that this desire is something that you should have. So there is something that you are going to be manifesting, but whatever this is now that you're moving towards, it's more truly fulfilling rather than just being like the wizard, you know? It's like you're seeking true fulfillment in your life. And like this balance here. Instead of just seeming like you're happier, instead of just seeming like you're this, it's like you're gonna be feeling it. So it doesn't matter like if you appear that way. It's for yourself, if that makes sense. Huh. Okay, so we have family. And passion. Some of you could have been like bestowed with a certain life path from your family, and this is what you're deciding to change here. Like, you know, how some people's family, this is just an example, but how some people's family have a certain trade. Like, they're all craftsmen, like they're all like woodworkers. And maybe for a long time, you were like, okay, I'm gonna be a woodworker. Is woodworker even a word? Like woods, oh gosh. What's the word? I'm just gonna say a craftsman. You're like, okay, I'm gonna be a craftsman, You kept trying to be this craftsman. And then you realized, you know, like, this is my family's trade. This is what they do. I don't necessarily have to be a craftsman. And maybe, like, and now, once you're able to see that there's no passion there for you, you're just trying to, like, fit in with your family or whatever, just as an example, now you're able to see where your passion truly lies, what it is that what really gets you going, what really fuels your fire here. And also another message here is some of you may be connecting with some people who actually are your family. You might be having like a really good time with your family, a really good night where you feel like you're bonded and like, you know, things just go well. You're really feeling this appreciation for your family. And if it's not like your actual blood family, you could just find some people who feel like family to you and to really fuel your fire, really like light you up in some way. Okay. You are flying high right now, which may threaten others, but don't descend because others will soon become inspired by your example. So this change that you're making here, some people might be like, oh, well then, at first, you know, or a little confused. Like, didn't you want to meet the wizard so bad? Like, wasn't this your whole, so you're just going to drop your dream to meet the wizard? Like, you're just going to give up? And it's like, no. You're saying that that's not what you desire anymore. You're working towards things that are actually fulfilling for you. So some people at first might kind of be like, But this says, don't descend, you know, follow this. And later down the road, people will see, they'll see what it is that you were doing, you know, and that you were doing this for yourself. Okay, so if you have any yes or no questions, feel free to ask them in your head or out loud. This is the Angels Answers Oracle deck, so if you have some kind of answer, it's not necessarily yes or no, but if you have a question. Success. So if you're wondering if you'd be successful or if this thing will work out, yes, there's a lot of success here for you. Success, you're ready. So you're ready for this success. You're ready for whatever it is that you asked about. If you have another question, meditation brings answers. So what it is that you're asking about, take some time to ask yourself. Like literally, like take some time to sit there and, you know, ask this question to yourself. And ask yourself questions in your head about the situation. And it looks like some answers will come to you here. Okay, this is all that I have to say to you. I hope that this helps somehow. If you like a personal reading, please email me. The email for that is in the description of this video. Also, if you like this video, please like this video. And subscribe if you would like to subscribe. Thank you.